Hi, this is Steve Ray from Steve's Art Gallery, and in this Bryce tutorial we'll learn how to create a tiled terrain object. It uses mini terrains that will be positioned so they line up, then we'll tile the height map so that each terrain has its own height map, but it still seamlessly lines up to create one large terrain. This tutorial will work from Bryce 3.0 to Bryce 7.1. To start, we'll create a terrain. Now, we don't want to alter this terrain with any of the edit tools, so we don't accidentally do that. We'll go into the attributes menu and lock the terrain. And so all the terrains we create will be positive in case we want to do booleans, and we'll give the terrain a new name. And check out of the attributes window to apply. Some other options I like to change are in the terrain editor. I like to make them solid for Boolean purposes. And then set the resolution. These resolutions all will create a new sized mesh depending on which one you choose. So to keep this tutorial moving fast, for Bryce to work faster, I'm going to go with a low resolution, 128, and then check out. Most of the tiling you want to do in top view, because top view is like a basic flat map. So we'll start by making more terrains now, but using the multi-replicate tool. And I'm going to make a 9 tile terrain, so I'll start by adding 2 to the X offset. And to know how much value to put in this X offset, I've created a cheat sheet that shows you the resolution of all the terrains that can be made in the terrain editor, the size it generates, the size of the bounding box. And if you take the size of the bounding box, then subtract it from the size of the generated terrain, you'll come up with the actual size of the mesh that needs to be lined up. So I would suggest you take a screen caption of this cheat sheet so you can use it in the future. I generated a 128 resolution terrain, so I'm going to need to move my terrains 81.277 Bryce units. So I go into X offset and put in 81.277, which will generate 2 new terrains going to the X positive position. I'll select all 3 terrains now, go back into the multi-replicating tool, and do the offset on the Z at 81.277. And 0 on the X. Now this would create 2 new terrains for all 3 that are selected to the positive Z position. Now I'm going to select all the terrains and zoom out. And you can see, let me apply material here. And you can see that all these terrains are positioned so that they touch and match up perfectly. But they all have the same height map. So they're all basically just the same terrain repeated over and over. But Bryce can change that. When you're in top view of Bryce, you're basically looking at a flat map of the world. And the top of your view screen is north. The right of your view screen is east. The bottom of your view screen is south. And the left of your view screen is west. And when you tile the height map on the terrain, you want to go in sequence. So you have to go in a line, a continuous line. You can start in the middle and go up north 1, then right to the east 1, and then down to the south 2, and then left to the west for 2, and then north again for 2 more. But I like to use another one that's a little easier. I like to start with this terrain right here in the top left corner, and then go this direction, or right, which is east, for 2 terrains. Go down 1 terrain, which would be south. Then go left for 2 terrains, which is west. Down 1 terrain, which is south. And then the last 2 terrains will be tiled to the east. Not very difficult once you get the grip in the terrain editor. So let's select the top left terrain and go into the terrain editor. Now for tiling, all tiling is done on the fractal button. All these other options and buttons are used to just create a new canvas, height map on the canvas. You can't tile that. But all your fractals can be tiled with the exception of the Bryce Classic. The Bryce Classic, you'll see all the randoms and all the tiling options will be grayed out, so you can't tile that. And that's your default. That always starts when you make a terrain. So I'm going to select the next one. And you'll see that all the options are now highlighted. And the randoms will come up for you probably with them all checked. And if you start you start generating terrains with all your randoms checked, you're basically going to generate a new terrain every time and never come back to it. So you don't have very much control on what you create at first on their canvas. So I like to start by unchecking the random extent and the random character, which leaves the random position. The random position basically is a seamless, endless height map for all these. Each one of these has their own. And so when you just start with position and you click the fractal button, you're creating a height map according to just the position of that seamless height map. And you can do this until you see something that you like or want to start with, and I'm going to go ahead and start here. So now unselect the random position and go to random extent. Random extent is basically a zoom. It'll zoom in on the canvas, or it'll zoom out and show you more of that area of the height map. So we'll do this and find something and see how it's going in and out. And you only have so many options. It's only going to show you so many zooms. So we'll go back to where we were there and stay with that one. Now unselect the extent option and go to random character. Random character is basically an altitude. It sets the peaks and the valleys, the dark spots and the high spots. And like random extent, it will keep going over and over. There's only so many that you can do, and it'll repeat itself. But you can get, something that you're more interested in. Like I want dark spots, so I'm going back to one of the darker ones. There we go. And I'll be satisfied with that. So now I'm going to check out of the terrain editor, and it'll apply that height map to that terrain. Now to start the toweling procedure, I'll select the next terrain directly to the right and go back into the editor. Here in the TE, now we'll start toweling. Since I went to the right, that means I'll be toweling to the east. So I'll select Tile East option, and you'll see that all the randoms will automatically turn off, because you can't tile and random at the same time. It will generate that. So now I'll tile to the east with it checked and hit the fractal button again, and this tile the map to line up seamlessly with the one I did before. Now exit. Go to the next terrain to the right, edit. I'm already set to tile to the east, so I'll just fractal it and exit. Now go down to the one directly below it, go into the terrain editor, and now since I went down, it means I'm going to need to tile south, so I'll select the south tile option and do a fractal, and then exit the terrain editor. Go directly to the left, select. Since I went left, it means my direction will be tile west. So I'll select the tile west option and fractal it and exit. Select the next terrain to the left, edit. I'm already set to tile west, so I will fractal it and exit. Select the terrain directly below that one, which means I went down, so I'll be toweling to the south, and I'll fractal it and exit. Select the next terrain to the right, go into the terrain editor. Now I went right, so that means I'll be toweling to the east. I hit the fractal button and exit. And then select the last terrain to the right. Go into the terrain editor. I'm set to fractal to the east. But if for some reason I didn't fractal any of these correctly, I can't undo. And I can't undo in the Bryce main window, undo in the terrain editor, or save. It won't save the position of that terrain map I started. So if I hit one of these other buttons by mistake, I could probably save myself by exiting out instead of checking out. But since I am set to tile to the east like I'm supposed to, I'm going to go ahead and tile and exit, and I should have a terrain now that the maps are completely different but yet seamlessly together. So now I want to go ahead and select all the terrains and make a group, and then go to the group's attributes and give it a unique name. And I like to make things positive for Boolean purposes. I use capitals, so when I do a control click, I can tell which one is a group and which is an individual terrain. And now, since the individual terrains are locked, I can't accidentally edit them and move them out of place or harm them. But I can change the material on each one and do booleans on each one, and also edit them in a terrain editor, which is very difficult to keep your tiles correctly, but it can be done. But the group, it can be edited. It can be moved, it can be scaled, any of the translation tools will work on it, any of the edit translation tools. So let's see. Do a camera to director so I know exactly where my director camera is, and scale my terrain up some. Take a render of it, bring it to the surface, and go to directory view. And do a render, and you can see that we have all these terrains and they're seamlessly tiled together. You can fly through this as an animation and you won't see the same terrain over and over again. You can also export these terrains, and even though they, as a group, they will export one at a time, you'll get 9 terrains exported. You can bring these into another 3D app like Blender or Poser and probably Hexagon, and they'll fall right into place. They'll remember their position in 3D space. Then you can group them in that program and export them out to be used in 3D apps or gaming engines. I always create my terrains, tiled terrains, in a new instance of Bryce, so I don't have any other objects or anything using up the RAM that Bryce has allotted. So I always save my tile terrains after I create them to the create palette. And as you can see, I have some, and like this one is 111 terrains. You can see at 100 or 512 resolution, and you can see it took a while for it just to render out for me to select it. So you don't want to start building a tile terrain in the middle of a scene because you'll probably run out of RAM. Well, hopefully this has been useful to you. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you.